What you're about to see is not real news. It is satire based on real news. The characters you're about to see are not real-life humans. They are frighteningly realistic puppets based on real-life humans. The views expressed in the show are not necessarily those of Starsat, its sponsors, its advertisers, or the nice lady that makes the coffee.
This summer, no one is safe.
Hello? Hello? Who is there?
Jacob, the paperwork. I'm coming over.
Friends who became enemies will become friends again.
Did you see that? What was that? Shh. What are those security upgrades you spend so much money on now, Mr. President?
Be careful. She has the paperwork.
Pay back the money. Pay back the money. Pay back the money.
Bonjour, guten tag, salam alaikum, shalom, namaste, and hola to you all.
What the hell's that all about?
I'm greeting our millions of foreign viewers.
Millions.
I like to think so.
Okay, well then you forgot bon dia. It's Portuguese.
Are we big in Portugal?
Ronaldo might be watching.
Well, on that note, let's kick it off.
Oscar Pistorius was sentenced to serve 5 years for killing River Steenkamp.
Which means he'll spend less than 5 years in jail.
In fact, he may be out of jail in as little as 10 months, which is less time than it took to find him guilty.
In other news, River Steenkamp is still dead.
That's not news, Justice.
I know. Oscar, how do you feel about your sentence?
It sucks, man. It really sucks. No human being should have to be stuck in a tiny enclosed room fearing for their life. Plus the DSTV in the prisoner's lounge is stuck on channel 199. Do you have any idea how exhausting it is watching that shit day in, day out?
Well...
No one knows suffering like I do. I ran the 400 meters in 45.4 seconds. I ran 50 meters around the courtyard in, I don't know. They took my watch away. I'm gonna spend my 25th birthday in the Seychelles. I'm gonna spend my 28th birthday in the prison cells. I finished second in my heat. I didn't know if I should cry or be happy. I got 5 years. I didn't know if I should cry or be happy. I'm hoping to qualify for the Summer Olympics. I'm hoping to qualify for early parole.
Justice, do you still have that champagne from last week?
Yes, why?
I think this whole circus being over with is worth celebrating.
I'll drink to that.
And now that the trial is over, we can concentrate on more serious news, like why so many men get away with domestic violence and abuse.
And whether or not those girls really will be handed over.
And the protests in Hong Kong.
And who'll win this season of Idols?
What?
Over to Joburg now, where last week's sudden kaboom meant that sudden sandstorm has left devastation in its wake. We are joined by Musi Maimane, dear parliamentary leader, who has a message for the people of Johannesburg. Hi, Justice! As you can see...
Lucy, where are you?
I'm right here!
It's very difficult to keep track of you.
Yes, Deborah! Everything looks a bit blurry here. There are concerns that the toxic dirt from the mine dumps could have been spread by the sandstorm that you are standing in right now.
Funny how he manages to blend into the landscape sometimes.
Ex Africa semper aliquid novi.
Have you had a stroke?
Oh, don't be a Philistine. It's an ancient Greek saying that means there is always something new out of Africa.
Yeah, like Ebola.
Well, actually, it's been around for nearly 40 years, but I get your point.
Wouldn't it be amazing if one of our scientists had to discover a vaccine, a real African solution for an African problem for a change?
Hey, do you know who should be doing the research? Dr. Death.
Wouter Basson, are you f***ing kidding me?
Absolutely, he'd be perfect for the job.
Hey, did someone say job?
Dr. Death.
You can call me Wouter.
Ew.
So, about this job.
Don't you already have a job? Aren't you some kind of heart surgeon?
Cardiologist, but there was some kind of misunderstanding with the Health Professions Council. Bloody liberals.
A misunderstanding? You were apartheid's evil scientist. You manufactured biological weapons.
Like I said, lady, a misunderstanding.
How do you feel about Ebola?
Well, let's see. If you wanted to use it in, say, crowd control, it would be best to...
Whoa. Back up a bit there, Doc. I meant, how do you feel about researching a cure for Ebola?
A cure? Why on earth would you want to destroy a perfectly good virus? Deadly pathogens are bloody hard to find. In the old days, I would have worked for months to come up with something as good as Ebola.
My deluded colleague here thinks you're just the man to find a vaccine for this terrible disease.
A vaccine, eh? To keep people alive. Interesting concept. Did you know that the best way to test if something is safe for humans is to test it on humans? Huh? We could go into the townships and...
No.
Not even one little township.
No, we certainly couldn't.
Pity.
Police have admitted that they are losing the battle against gang violence in the Cape Flats.
At least a dozen people have been shot dead in just over a week in areas like Hanover Park and Bonteheerville.
Premier Zilla and Mayor de Lille, I presume?
Yellen, you said nobody would recognize us. No, Justice, we are gangsters. Soek julle ouens kakkie se.
Miss de Lille, you're wearing a duke and the mayoral chains. How's that gangster?
It is not a bloody duke.
Quiet, Patricia. Justice, it is important that the media knows we are doing everything we can to combat gang violence on the Cape Flats. It's equally important that the gangsters can relate to us. That is why we're dressed in the fashion of the gangs. I'm a 24 and Patricia is a 29.
No, man, Yellen, you are a 26 and I am a 28. We have been through this before.
So what exactly is your plan here? Are you infiltrating the gangs or what?
Infiltrating. Well, that's not a bad idea.
I already suggested that. Anyway, I think we should form a gang of our own.
I've just had a brilliant idea. We should form a gang of our own.
Why would you need a gang? You have the police.
The police? Oh, please. What we need to do is bring in the military. I want troops in the townships, boots on the ground. I want submarines in the rivers and a no-fly zone over Khayelitsha.
I don't think you'll ever get rid of the flies in Khayelitsha.
I can't work under these conditions. My nerves are shot to hell. Patricia, you're the mayor. Sort it out.
Oh, now I'm the mayor. What do you want me to do?
I don't know. Can you at least get them to use silencers?
Hey, julle f***ers, bly f***ing stil, julle f***ing...
Jammer, my sis.
Our new secret weapon in the fight against crime.
You know, Yellen, when they swore me in, they said, Jasper, you're the f***ing mayor. That's how we swear them in here in Cape Town.
I'm going to start the panting diet.
Don't you mean the banting diet?
No, the panting diet. It's high fat, high carb. You can eat as much as you want of anything, wherever you want.
Okay, so where does the diet part come in?
Oh, you pant like this.
What? Really?
Trust me, you'll feel much better afterwards.
Oh, God, I can't believe I'm doing this. Well, we'll be back after this. Right after this.
Are you tired of fine lies?
Yes.
Had enough of dark blemishes? Logical All Day, All Night Moisturizer. It's fast acting and lets you be you.
Oh, that's nice.
Made from the fibers of pure logic and integrity. Logical All Day, All Night Moisturizer. Helps to combat neoliberals and radical freedom fighters with its ANC and NPA-resistant formula. It's the logical choice.
Logical for thick skin.
You're so racist. You won't eat Smarties. How do you say black people were the architects of apartheid? Next, you're going to tell me that in the movie Titanic, it's actually the iceberg that sank. What is wrong with you, man?
Oh, Jesse, hold your horses, man. Just park it right there. I hate flippin' f***ing Steve Hofmeyer as much as you do. Surely you understand how cock it is having to do things because that idiot white guy, you of all people.
Of course I understand. It's my whole life. I have a white guy's hand so far up my ass I feel like I work at Investec.
Sorry, I thought you were going to carry on there, but that's fine. Now, look, I've thought about changing my name. You know, to Gavin, Sean, maybe Cecil, getting a nose job, but I don't know if there'd be a lot of work for a retired Steve Hofmeyer puppet. You know what I'm saying?
Hang on, Steve. What you got to do is use your powers for good.
Use my power for good?
Exactly, Steve. You can go out there and breastfeed black babies in supermarkets and hand out money and apologize for apartheid and sing him Shiniwam and kiss Julius on his lips there. Just, full with tongue.
Hang on a second there. You just hang on a second. Did you say sing? You mean I could, sing for
That's
good?
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Use your singing powers to make change happen.
Jesse, I knew you had it in you. Listen to this. Shiniwam, my baby. Oh, pocky, baby. Shiniwam, maybe. And I mixed with languages there, Afrikaans, English, and a bit of that.
It was crazy. It was like a multicultural explosion.
Hey.
I felt like the Constitution was in your lyrics there, bruh. That was mad.
Shiniwam, my baby. Ekin yay, maybe.
The police in Cape Town have admitted that they're currently dealing with 10 cases of racist crimes in the southern suburbs. The latest including a model who says it's okay to piss on black men.
Seriously, what is in the water in Cape Town?
I'm glad you asked that, Justice.
Mayor DeLille.
We have been analyzing the water in the southern suburbs, trying to determine a cause for these horrifying outbreaks of racial violence.
I wasn't being serious. How can the water cause people to use the K word?
I'll tell you how, Justice. Science. And now my distinguished colleague here will explain further. We believe that a high concentration of steroids, phalloid, and other performance-enhancing drugs used by the residents of Constantia is making its way downstream and causing increased levels of aggression in the southern suburbs.
Really?
Well, it's possible.
Is that the water?
No, this is just Kool-Aid. Scientifically speaking, those people in the southern suburbs, they're racist as
Oh, science. I love it.
In a week of political mayhem in Parliament, President Zuma remains absent from proceedings.
It truly is as though he doesn't care about the rift in Parliament or the rift in Kandla's fence.
Does he actually care about anything? We're going to cross live to the president now and hope for some answers. It seems like we're having some difficulty with the video connection, Mr. President. Are you there?
I do care. I care deeply. After a lot of thought, we decided that the best use for Nkandla would be a rhino sanctuary.
A rhino sanctuary?
Yes. The poor little rhinos need the security. And imagine them in the fire pool. How can the white media be angry about that? That is why it is looking a little more rustic these days.
So you're house hunting? Looking for a new little quiet place to retire?
You know, it wasn't my idea. I've been advised by some of...
is that Plate?
Oh, you can see me now. Yes, Plettenberg Bay. not the Seychelles.
Actually, that does look like the place I stayed at last year in the Seychelles.
Nah, definitely not. I am not investing in a luxury complex outside of the country. Nothing to do with the Guptas. Mac, explain what I mean. Oops, I forgot to pet Mac.
President Zuma, what do you have to say about allegations, specifically that you're not...
Alligators? Alligators! Oh, shit!
And he's gone again.
Public Protector Tuli Madonsela has asked the court to clarify what her powers are.
She's wanting to contest a judgment which ruled her findings not binding.
I'd also like to know what her powers are.
Okay, laser vision. Check.
Whoa, that's cool.
Thanks, Justice. And thanks for complimenting me on my cape.
I didn't.
Ability to read minds. Check.
Does that outfit come with the public protector job?
The outfit does, Deborah. But this doesn't. Ability to get the president to pay back the money. Still broken.
So, what's your favorite song this year, Deborah?
I don't really think I have one.
Come on, what do you listen to in your car?
I'm listening to Josh Groban at the moment.
Ugh, you really need to broaden your horizons. I could suggest a few songs.
You want me to ask what your favorite song this year is, don't you?
You know what to do with that big fat butt.
What?
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Oh, you
Wiggle,
can't
wiggle,
be
wiggle.
serious.
Hot damn it. Your booty like 2 planets. Go ahead and go ham sandwich.
Let's go to break.
Oh, I can't stand it. What you gonna do with that big fat butt?
The past can be beautiful, Benoni a dream. But it's no place to live. And now is the time. The only way out is up. The future is gold.
The future is gold? Whose future?
Yomur, shop the Dior in their faces.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
The Star-Spangled Banner? Really?
I was just thinking about ESCOM theme songs, about light. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby,
God.
light.
Sometimes I think you're on crack.
Please don't say crack.
Why not?
That's what ESCOM blames this load shedding on. A crack in a silo.
So now you think the word crack is bad luck. That's just ridiculous.
Let's cost our colleagues in America. I bet they have power.
That's because they're a superpower, right?
Exactly.
God help us all.
Last weekend marked the 44th running of the historic New York City Marathon. Kenya were winners in the men's and women's races, with Wilson Kipsang clocking in at 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 59 seconds, and Mary Cateney at 2 hours, 25 minutes, and 7 seconds. But the surprising news was Governor Chris Christie being rushed to the hospital with a suspected case of Ebola. We now cross to Hackensack University Hospital for an update on Governor Christie's health.
I repeat, the governor does not have Ebola. He simply tried to run 50 feet.
Who the ordered these ridiculous quarantine measures? Get me the crap out of here. I don't have Ebola. Hey, has anybody checked those Kenyans for Ebola? They're from Africa, for sake. Reports show that over 40 different agencies of the federal government now regularly use undercover operatives to secretly catch everyday Americans breaking the law. Critics worry that it represents an unacceptable breach of citizens' privacy.
Hey, you can't mix paper and plastic.
I'm sorry.
Take her away, boys.
Really? Don't. I'm sorry.
New rape allegations against comedy legend Bill Cosby continue to pour in. The list of accusers growing every day. Joining me now are three of the latest. Snoop Lion, Lady Gaga, Pope Francis. Bill Cosby sexually assaulted all of you?
No, man, we the only three cats left Cosby ain't raped. Figured it was easier this way.
Hold on. This is the panel for people not accusing Bill Cosby of rape? Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong room.
So it's just Snoop and Your Holiness that haven't been violated by Bill Cosby.
Hold on. Bill Cosby? I thought this was the panel for people who were never assaulted by Bing Crosby. Sorry, I wasted your time.
Still time to change your mind, Mr. Lion.
Come to think of it, the Huckster Bizzle did grab my ass a bunch of times.
You've read the facts. You've watched the proceedings.
You're lying, Mr. Pistorius. I can see it in your shifty Paralympian eyes.
You know the verdict.
I find the defendant kind of guilty.
I asked myself, what do Oscar and I have in common? First, we're both good-looking. Then we were both South African. Both of us have a hair color somewhere between buckwheat and old butter. So, I mean, there's quite a few things, yeah.
But do you really know the man behind the gun?
Let's shoot up some shit.
I really wanted to know what it's like for him, so I walked around on my knees for 2 months. I had no idea how taxing it is on your knees. Could sore knees have driven him to do what he did? To me, it's possible.
I put it to you, milady. I put it to you.
You put what, Mr. Roux?
I put it to you, milady. I put it to you. It is what I'm putting, milady.
Yeah, playing all the characters was an enormous challenge, but one I'd like to think that I pulled off. As you know, with full-body latex masks, I've been known to do average impersonations, so this was no hassle for me. Yeah.
Oscar-winning actress Charlize Theron is Oscar Pistorius. Oscar the movie. Coming soon.
And that, my darling Puppet Nation fans, is that.
As always, it's been a real pleasure spending this time with you. A real pleasure, honestly. I mean it. I'd like to thank my fans. I'd like to...
Oh, God, you're not going to start crying, are you?
I might. Puppets can cry, can't they?
I don't think so. Give it a try. Well, if you can't cry...
You may as well laugh.
See you next week, folks. Just do it again. Wait, I want to try.
That time there was almost water.